Finally. A long-needed vacation. Oh, after making so many videos this year, it's almost the end of 2019. I thought I deserved a nice vacation here on the beach. So I'm just hanging out here, just, listening to the sounds of the waves. And it's really nice out here. It's a little bit chilly. And I thought I would do the live stream from here, from the beach today. Because, I'm here anyway. It's a Sunday. So let's make good use of my time, right? Welcome, everyone. A Humong, hello. Kate June. Small, Lauren Starrett. Girl next door. Nice. Welcome, everyone. Who else here am I missing? Noah Deeps. Jeju? No, this is not Jeju Island. This is actually east of Korea, I think. If I read the photo description correctly. Yeah. I think it's part of Gangwon-do, which is the northeast section of South Korea. And it's famous for having like nice beaches there as well. So yeah, that's where I am right now. Oh, Poya S coming in right at the start of the live stream with the donation. 229. Thank you, Poya S. Let's break out the purple marker. Yes. It's a very specific number. It must be the conversion amount. Like converts it from that. Thank you, Poya. Poya. You helped me out. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Thanks for coming, Bianca, as well. Billy, tell us a new dad joke. Oh yeah, if you haven't already seen it, I did do a video about Korean dad jokes, and I'm pretty proud of it. Turned out pretty good. So yeah, go check that out. I did much better than I expected. So I brought along my friend Summer, who's really good at she's really smart, and she really likes dad jokes in Korean. So I thought, well, I want to try out this dad joke app that I heard about, that I saw. So I brought her along, and I was expecting that she would be doing most of the answering, and that I would explain them through her. But what it turned out was, I don't remember exactly, but I think we got about a similar amount. Or maybe even I got more. But we were both doing really good at the app. So it turned out really funny. We did 50 questions. I think I put 40 of them in the video. A couple of them either didn't make sense or were a little bit inappropriate, so we didn't put those in. But yeah, it was a really fun video to make. Chris O, welcome. 안녕하세요, with lots of exclamations there. What happens when Billy writes the names on the board? Is there any advantage after? No, there's no other advantage. I just write your names on the board so I can remember for each live stream the people who've donated. So then I can look at it after I finish. After I erase the board, I leave these up, and I'll kind of think about it. I'll be like, oh, Poya S. It's a good guy. It's just to have up during the stream. You got a lot more. Yeah, I might have gotten even a lot more than her. I don't remember. She was really good though. She got some I really couldn't get, but then I got some like really fast. So I was pretty happy with myself. We'll get started with the lesson in just about 7 minutes. I just always start a little bit early for introductions. So welcome everyone. Remember, if you haven't already, make sure to get the worksheet for today's live stream. This is already available on Patreon. So everyone on Patreon can get this. Also, after the live stream, you can get the outline for today's lesson, which has all of the sentences as well as the explanations that we do for today. So you can do like a quick review. And so those are available. Also, today's lesson is going to be about isang, as hopefully you can see in the title. And this topic actually came from a member. So from now on, what I'm doing, starting from last week, is members and YouTube members and Patreon supporters pick all of the topics that we do for the live streams. But of the topics that they suggest, I should say that again. They suggest, my members and supporters are the ones who suggest all of the topics that we do. Then once we get a bunch of suggestions from them, everyone can choose which one they want to do. So the options on today's list, the options that you guys had a chance to pick from, All of those came from members originally. So of those, we picked isang for this week. And next week, we'll get a new suggestion as well as some new options. So if you're a member, make sure to send me your suggestions if there's something you want to learn about, and it'll get added to the vote. So everyone picks what they want to learn, but the suggestions will come from members first. So if there's not enough suggestions from members, then I can pull some from other people that I've gotten here and there, because there's plenty of topics we can cover. Believe me, I'll never run out of topics that we can cover for these live streams. There's a lot of stuff. Oh, another donation. Wow. Whoa, Carrie. You're bringing in the big bags. I was like trying to think of like the present bag, but I wasn't sure what to call. Like you're bringing in the serious business. I don't know, what idiom am I trying to use here? What idiom do I want to say in this situation? Carrie Rich. More like Carrie Rich, am I right? I probably not. Sorry. Carrie Rich, wow, the huge $20 donation. Thank you. Let's see if you said something. Billy's awesome. No, you're awesome. What is it? You're breathtaking. Like Keanu. Small. Nice. I love seeing that KitKat dab. That's my personal favorite emoji that I'm the most proud of, is the KitKat dab that we added. Thanks to all of you for helping us to reach. Right now, I think we're at 47 members. Yeah. Since we were able to reach that many members, I could add in more emoticons. And I think when we reach 50, when I'm at 50 members, I think we'll be able to add in another emote. So let me know if there's an emoticon that you want to see, and I can draw it. All of them, they're all drawn and animated by myself. I didn't hire someone else to make them. I didn't ask someone else to draw them. They're all made by me, 100%. I can show you the files if you don't believe it. But the KitKat emote was a suggestion from the Discord. So if there's something else you want to see animated, a new emote that you want to see in the Discord channel and here, just let me know. I'll try to add that when we hit 50 members, because that might actually happen within a month or so. Who knows? My favorite K-pop group liked your sentence. Yeah, I read your tweet. I saw that on Twitter, that you shared that. That was you, right? I think that was your Twitter. And you shared your sample sentences in your notebook. You had the one who was like, 남자치고는 손이 예쁘네요, or something like that. Like, for a guy, your hands are very pretty. I think that was the sample sentence that I saw on there. Zilly, welcome Zilly. Yeah, anyone just coming in now, don't worry, we'll get started with the lesson in just a few minutes. Just 3 minutes more. I want to start at 2, just so that people, in case people come in late. Only work for mods. Yes, that's right. Maya says, I can't find the PDF. Which PDF do you mean? Are you looking for the worksheet? The worksheet PDF is on Patreon. So if you're a Patreon supporter of any level, as long as you're just a Patreon supporter, you can get every week. There are worksheets to go along with the live streams. I've been doing this now for, I think about 6 or 7 live streams, and I'll keep doing it for all the future ones. There's questions and well as the answers upside down. And they're extra sentences. Sometimes they're even harder than the sentences we do during the live stream. So it's kind of a combination. You get like a bit of easy stuff and a bit of extra hard stuff. So you get kind of a good range of questions to practice with. I like it because I think there's not enough time during these live streams to do enough example sentences. Oh, that's sweet. Oh, that's too sweet. Maybe I should start drinking. Maybe I'm getting like, like maybe my taste buds are getting more mature. I'm drinking like regular caffeine drink. I'm like, this is too sweet. So maybe I'll slowly like get less and less and less sweet until I go down to like, I'm just drinking like the strongest tea that's like completely bitter. I don't know. Are the worksheets backlogged? Oh, the bot is broken. Let me fix that. 1 second. Okay. I'll have it leave and I'll have the bot come right back in. Okay. Hopefully that'll fix. Okay, well I had the night bot, our bot. I had it leave and come back in. So I'm like, hey, go, turn it off and on again kind of thing. Is it tea? No, Carrie, it's actually a caffeinated, just a caffeine drink, like one of those powder drinks that you add. It does have a lot of caffeine in it, but yeah. I found that caffeine does not give me any extra energy. It does not make me stay up late. All it does is gives me a headache and helps me to focus. So, yeah, but it's still pretty useful though for these live streams. All right, the other announcement I wanted to make right before we start is that I have a brand new book. Yay! It's not released yet. I have a brand new book coming out. If everything goes well, it'll come out next weekend. So maybe next Sunday. We'll see. It'll be out sometime right before Christmas. So it might not be in time for a Christmas present, but it's coming out this month. And it is called, the title of the book is kind of similar to my books I already have, but it's different. It's called Korean Reading Made Simple. So it's not Korean Made Simple like my current textbooks. It's called Korean Reading Made Simple. And it is 21 reading examples, various reading examples. And it's not like a regular reading book. So it's not your typical reading practice book that you're familiar with. If you've bought a reading book before for a foreign language, typically it'll have the Korean on one side and the English on the other side with vocabulary listed. And that's pretty much that's the book. That's what books are. Mine is not. However, I wanted to do something different. And for mine, what you get is the Korean example, and then along with not just the vocabulary words in it, but also explanations of things. So explanations of grammar forms, explanations of the grammar form within the sentence that you're reading. So it doesn't just say, here's the grammar form, this is what it means, figure out why it's in the sentence, but it kind of talks about that. Let's briefly goes over exactly how grammar forms are used within the sentences, as well as sometimes extra little culture notes like, oh, this word is actually a pun or something like that. The 21 resources, without talking about them too much, they're all native level. These are not beginner level reading exercises. These are not like really simplified. They are 100% advanced. Well, beyond advanced, they're just native level reading exercises, and they're not just stories. So other readers might have like, a bunch of newspaper articles or say a bunch of short stories or something like that. This is not that, because I would not have used that kind of book when I was learning Korean. What I've always wanted was a reader with various types of reading examples. So there are some news articles, a few. There's some business emails. There are also some journals. There are some children's stories. So if you want to read a children's story, although it's not written for little kids, it's a regular children's story. There are also some fake social media posts. There are, there's comics. I also had an artist draw up 3 like webtoon style comics as well. So yeah, you can, it's made so that anyone in at least a low intermediate can consume native level reading contents. And so that's coming out. I've just told you all about it. That's going to be coming out within, I'd say, a week or two. So I'll make an announcement when it's officially available for sale, but I'm finishing up today. Hopefully I can do my first print tonight if everything goes well. We'll see. Yeah, I'll keep you up to date. Just wanted to announce that. Yes, let's see. What I learned in boating school is, Ahimang's stuck in SpongeBob's driving class. Okay. How to properly dab like Billy? No. We'll use the book on future live streams. I will bring it up. I could use parts of it. That would probably be fun. But yeah, it's kind of like, it's made for self-study. So yeah. How can I evaluate my level in Korea? Maya, if someone could link Maya, my Korean FAQ video about how to find your Korean level, that would be great. I can't link it right now. All right. Children's books and comics. Yeah, there are some children's stories. There's 3 children's stories and 3 comics. Each one has about 3. And depending on which ones people like the most, when I make the sequel, then I'll do more of those ones specifically. But this one is just kind of supposed to be like it's a potpourri. It's It's a grab bag of everything, kind of all these various types of reading exercises. All right, so let's get started. The prerequisites for today's lesson are that you know how to conjugate action verbs into adjectives. So what do I mean by that? Well, if you take an action verb, let's just say 먹다, to eat, to be able to use 먹다 before a noun. So a noun might be 사람, a person. So how could you combine 먹다 with 사람, making 먹다 into an adjective? Well, you could do something like 먹는 사람, a person who eats. 먹는 사람. Like pizza, so you have pizza, 피자를, or pizza, 먹는 사람, a person who eats pizza. That's what I mean by turning an action verb into an adjective. Because here it's being used as an adjective to modify, to describe what kind of person? A person, well, what kind of person? A person who eats pizza, like that. I have another live stream about that if you're not sure what this is. So if you've never seen this before, today's live stream is not the live stream for you. Well, you won't be able to follow along. And then the other thing is negative verbs. So you want to be familiar with not just with like the 지 않다 form. Sorry, I wrote that really messy. Also the 못하다 form, 못하다, or 할 수 없다. All of those good forms are negatives. They're all related to negatives. Because the form we're going to be using today works a lot with negative verbs. So you want to make sure you're familiar with this as well as this. If you're good with these, then you're probably up to the level for today's lesson. Okay, so let's get started. Just look at the chat for another second. Oh yeah, and if you're a Patreon member or that's the other thing I want to say. If you're a Patreon member or a YouTube member, make sure you fill out the survey that I sent out. It's in the, you can find it in the community tab if you're a member, or on Patreon, you'll see the post. Make sure you fill out the survey because I'm putting all of your names in the special thanks section of the back of my new book. So far, I have 58 responses. So far there are 58 people who are going to be in there, but just in case if you didn't see it already, if you didn't already see it, you still have until this Sunday to add your name. And in fact, if people add their name later, I'll probably try to put it in, but it won't be in the very first printing unless you can get it out, unless you can get your name in there before this coming Sunday. So yeah, just as like an extra way to say thanks. Okay, so today we're going to be learning about isang. Now, isang, first of all, it's not this. Let's talk about this first. It's not isanghada. Isang and isanghada are not related at all. Isanghada is a regular word in Korean. It's actually a descriptive verb. Descriptive verb that means to be strange or to be weird or to be odd. Or actually a good translation for it is just to be unusual, to be not ordinary. Now, it doesn't have to mean like really weird, really strange, but it can also just mean that's not usual. So you might say like a situation. You don't need to say the situation is weird. That sounds a bit strong. You can use 이상하다 to say the situation is, it's just a bit strange. You know, something's strange. Something's not right. Something's a little unusual. You could say something like 좀, as in 조금, a little bit. 좀 이상하네. 좀 이상하네. 좀 이상하네. It's a bit strange. It's a bit unusual. 좀 이상하네. It's a little bit unusual. So yeah, that's just the first thing I wanted to say is that we're not learning 이상하다 today, although we just did, but that's not what today's lesson is about. Another thing, the first thing is we are going to be learning about all of the uses of isang. So we're not only going to be learning about the form isang, which we'll do. We're also going to be learning about every use of isang. Now, there are other ways that isang is used. So let's first talk about the most common use of isang. That is isang and iha. Isang and iha. Now, isang and iha both come from hanja. They both come from Chinese characters. If you're familiar with Chinese characters, this sang is actually here, this, which means above. Sang, it means above. And then this ha means below. I think I drew it right. Yeah, I drew it right. Okay, yeah. And this 이하, the ha from here comes from 한자, which means below. So isang means above, and 이하 means below, literally. This is one use of isang that you will see. In fact, this is the most commonly used isang that you will find. So anytime you see isang, more than 90% of the time, it's just isang or iha. Now, these are opposites. Now, what this is it means above, but it's a little bit more than just that. What it actually means is more than or less than for iha. But it also can include the number. It also can include the number or something that is more than. So if we were to take this and let's just say the number 3. Let's just say 3. Actually, let's do 세 개. Let's do 세 개. So 3 things, 3 objects. 세 개 이상. 세 개 이상 can mean literally above 3 or more than 3. But it can also include 3. So a better way to think of this is from and above. From 3 and above. So 3 or more. And then a good way to think of iha is from and below. So iha would be from and below. So if you were to say 세 개 이하, you're talking 3 or less. You know, less than 3 or maybe 3 included. So yeah, that's the meaning that you get for these words. And we're going to do a couple sentences with these as examples. Let me just check the chat for a second. Make sure we're doing okay. Not much Romanized letters. Is someone using Romanized letters? This lag. Oh, someone's getting a lag. At least. It's not at least. At least is actually different. That's why I didn't want to use that word. There is a word that means at least, which emphasizes that something is at the minimum a certain amount. They have another word for at the maximum. So that would be like minimum 3 or maximum 3. That emphasizes, it's the same kind of meaning, but the words for 최소, meaning at least, or 최고, at most, they emphasize the limit. They emphasize the limit. These are not emphasizing any limits to anything. These are simply saying this number, from this number and above. So it's different than that. And someone had a question about that, if it translates as at least. But no, it's not at least. Similar, yes, but not the same meaning. So let's do an example sentence. This eraser is really talkative. It's a really talkative eraser. Okay. Let's do, you have to eat more than 3 apples. So we're just going to do 사과 3개. So now we have apples 3 apples. 사과 3개 이상 먹어야 돼. You have to, or you must, eat. 먹어야 돼. You have to eat from 3 and above apples. So you have to eat at least, you can think of it as a least, but like I said, the literal meaning is not at least. It's more than 3 apples, literally. So more than 3 apples or 3. So yeah, in that way it can translate as at least, but it doesn't really have the same meaning of at least. There are other words that you can use for that. So yeah, 사과 3개 이상 먹어야 돼. You must eat over or including 3 apples. You must eat at least 3 apples, like that. Let's do another sentence. Okay. Yeah. 30불이 하면 더 좋아. Okay. 30불. 불, 불 is the word for dollars. So this is the typical way that people would say dollars, as in when they're talking about US currency. 30불 이하. So under or at $30 면. So if it is, so this 면 is attached. This is the same for 이다. So this is 이다, the to be verb, 이다면, but you don't need to say 이다 because it ends here. Ha ends in a vowel. So it's just 30불 이하면. This is not 30불이 하면. So if you didn't know 이하, you might think it's like 30불이 or 불이 is doing something and then 하면 like 하다, like to do something. But no, it's 30불 이하면 if it is less than or equal to $30. 더, more, 좋아요. Good. 더 좋아요. It is more good, or more naturally, it is better. 30불 이하면 더 좋아요. It is better if it is under or equal to $30. So it's better if it's, under $30 is what you would get as the translation. Although remember, I'm saying under $30, but literally it could include $30. So yeah, it's better if it's under $30. It's better if it's $30 or less. Okay, is this making sense so far? Are we good? So we can move on to our next sentence. Our next usage. This is all that we're doing for today for isang and iha. These two. We're going to do more isangs though. There are more isangs. 30불 이하면 더 좋아요. Amazing. Hi, amazing people. Hi, our penguin boy. Nice. toisang. Yeah, toisang is next. Someone's asking about toisang, which is actually our next form. Like I said, there are lots of places you might see isang, and they're all different. So first we just learned isang hada. Then we learned isang and iha, more than or less than, at least or more, or at least or less. So now we have the next form we're going to be doing is 더 이상. 더 이상. Now this is not the same as the regular isang. It's not isang hada. It's not more above than or below than. Well, literally it is the above at least form. Literally this is the same one we just learned, but used with 더, more above. More above. Literally is the meaning that you get. Now, more above, 더 이상, is the adverb that means any more. It means any more or any longer. Like, I can't stand it any longer. I can't wait anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to eat anymore. I don't like him anymore. That anymore. It can be used in a million different ways. So it's really easy to use. It's this simple. This is it. You can stick this anywhere. However, anymore. How do you use anymore in English? I don't eat pizza with pepperoni anymore. Okay? There's our sentence. I don't eat pizza with pepperoni anymore. I actually like pizza with pepperoni. Oh, I went to Chuck E. Cheese the other day with my kid because I got like a free coupon thing. Oh, Chuck E. Cheese pizza is good. That's all I'll say. Okay. So, anymore is used with negative sentences. I don't eat pizza anymore. I don't eat. I don't like it anymore. I can't wait anymore. You don't say I can wait anymore. You don't say I do like it any longer. No, it's always used with negative verbs. Negative. So this is a negative adverb. It is always used together with a negative verb. And there are other negative adverbs as well. For example, 절대로, like never. You wouldn't say I do never do something. You say I don't, I do not ever, I never do that, like that. So negative adverbs have to be used together with negative verbs. And in Korean, it's the same thing. So 더 이상 has to go together with a negative verb. Let's do an example. 더 이상 물어보지 마세요. Let's do something simple. So here we have a negative command. It doesn't just have to be like, I do not, I do not, I do not. You can also say do not. You can also use it as command. It just must be something negative. It can be, I cannot. It has to be negative though. 더 이상, anymore. 물어보다 means to ask. So 물어보지 마세요. Do not ask anymore. Don't ask me anymore. 더 이상 물어보지 마세요. Don't ask that anymore. Don't ask that any longer. Either way, Let's do the next example. I want you guys to do this. This next sentence. Since we're doing okay on time, I want you guys to answer this question. How can I say 철수, our friend 철수. 철수 doesn't have friends anymore. 철수 doesn't have friends anymore. How would I say this? 철수 doesn't have friends anymore. Go ahead and give it a shot. Then I'll tell you the right answer after. Good old friend 철수. Not only does he do lots of bad things, he also doesn't have any friends. Poor 철수. Okay. Someone had a good example sentence above. 더 이상 기다릴 수 없어요. Nice. I cannot wait any longer. It's alien. It's a good sentence. What's with bacon? 철수. Hold on. I think we have the right answer right here. 철수는 친구가 더 이상 없어요. That works. Yeah. It's not exactly the way that I have it, but yeah, that works too. 친구가 더 이상. Rain has the perfect answer though. R-A-I-N-N-N-N-N-N. Like that. Yeah. You know who you are. 철수는 더 이상 친구가 없어요. Yes. Now this is an adverb. Oh, let me read some of the other ones first. 철수가 친구를 더 이상. Its alien has 친구를. That's incorrect. 없다 is a descriptive verb, cannot have an object. Noah Deeps. I like how you spelled 철수. 철수. 친구가 더 이상 없어요. Okay. 철수는 이제. Violetta, you have EJ is spelled wrong. The te is the other A sound, not that one. 친구 더 이상 있는 거 아니다. 있는 거 아니다. Okay, technically yes, that's a negative. 더 이상 있는 거 아니야. 철수가 친구 더 이상 없어요. Okay. 철수 더 이상 친구 없어요. Okay. Tracia, nice. You might want to add a topic marker after 철수 for 철수는, but the way you wrote it isn't necessarily wrong. 철수 더 이상 친구 없어요. Nice. 철수가 친구를 더 이상. Sakura C. You also have 친구를, but 없다 is not an action verb. 없다 is a descriptive verb, so it cannot have an object. Same Leticia. Portoril. 철수는 친구들이. You cannot say or object marker. You cannot use the object marker with 없다. 친구들이 없어요. 친구들이. Mr. Fuchus. You have 친구들. You don't need to use the plural unless it's not clear otherwise. So if you're talking about something in general, you can use 들. Like, in as far as friends go, or friends in general are great. But you don't need to say 철수 doesn't have any friends in general. You're just saying 철수 doesn't have any friends. So you can just say 친구가. You don't need to say 친구들이. Yeah, Binky, that's right. It's never used with 있다 or 없다. Never used with those. 아기를 먹은 사람은 너무 나빠. Nice, Ahimon. Perfect sentence. Okay, so 철수 doesn't have friends anymore. A lot of you got it right. So let's start. 철수는 더 이상, and I'll explain this. 친구가 없어요. So, 철수는 더 이상 친구가 없어요. 철수, any more friends? No. 철수 doesn't have friends anymore. Now, notice that I put 더 이상 before 친구. Typically with adverbs, with a regular adverb, you'll always use it right before the verb. So you would say like 철수가 like 빨리 뛰었어요. 철수 ran quickly. You wouldn't say 빨리 철수가 뛰었어요. However, with many negative adverbs, they can tend to go before the end of the sentence. 철수는 더 이상 anymore. Now, what that does is it's not a rule. It's an exception that when you move the adverb away from the. Oh, I thought I saw a flicker in my eye, and then I looked and it was gone, and I see it now. Well, let me do that. Check that in a second. So sometimes you'll see the adverb used before the verb like this. It's only for emphasis. And when you're using negative verbs, the negative adverbs tend to get emphasized a little bit more. 철수 doesn't have friends anymore. You could also say 철수는 친구가 더 이상 없어요. Like 철수 doesn't have any friends anymore. But they like to emphasize negative adverbs. So they'll put it away from the verb. And emphasizing it in Korean, you can emphasize an adverb by actually moving it away from the verb. It's opposite to what you think. You might think that putting it next to the verb makes it stronger, but actually moving it away, because it has a little bit more of a distance, that makes it sound more emphasized. Instead of like in English, instead of saying 철수 doesn't have any more friends, you're saying 철수 doesn't have friends anymore. Kind of like that. So it's just a little bit more emphatic. And because of that, it's a little more common. Well, let's check who. Oh, new member. Nice. Oh, and I forgot to do a dab. I got to do a dab for these. I forgot. Okay, GT Nez. Welcome. GT Nez, welcome to the family. Thank you for your membership. Make sure to check out the survey and the community tab so you can get added to the new book I'm doing. All right, so first, Poyas's dab. Very first dab. Next, we have Carrie. Carrie's dab. Oops, I'm gonna break my light. I mean the sun. There's like a bird that was flying over. I almost hit the bird. So let's do Carrie's dab here. And finally, GT Nez, our new member dab. Okay, thank you guys for your donations. Let's check the chat for a moment. GT Nez, what session is this? If you came here to learn about the grammar form isang, you haven't missed anything yet. We're just talking about all the other uses of isang first. All right. Welcome. Yes, welcome. So if anyone just came in, welcome. Okay, so yeah, we're doing good on time. All right, so that's it for toisang. It just means any more or any longer, and it's a negative adverb, so make sure you use it with a negative verb. Now, if you move it to the wrong spot, it's not going to be a huge deal. They'll still understand you. It won't sound awkward. So don't worry too much about that. But typically, negative adverbs tend to come before a subject whenever it ends in a verb like this. If there was no 친구가 here, you just say 더 이상 없어요. Like that. But because there's a noun, because there's another subject, negative adverbs typically will often go before that subject at the very end of a verb. Now, if this is too complicated, just ignore it. Just use 더 이상 like a regular adverb. You'll be fine. But if you're an intermediate learner, then 더 이상 will often come in this sort of form. Like 더 이상 피자를 안 먹어요. I don't eat pizza anymore. Instead of saying 피자를 더 이상 안 먹어요, that's fine too. But 더 이상 피자를 안 먹어요 might be a little bit more common. That's all I'm saying. Saying like, I don't eat pizza anymore. Okay. Next, usage of isang. Now this is kind of a fun one. First of all, isang plus ida. Now ida is just the regular verb to be. So 이상입니다. 이상이었습니다. Like this was 이상. 이상이에요. 이상이다. This is how you say that's all. 이상입니다. That probably would be what Porky Pig would say if he spoke Korean. 이상이다 in this form, conjugated however you like, is how they say that's all, or I've finished reporting, or how a lawyer says, I rest my case after giving an explanation. So you can use 이상 with ida to say that's all, I finished reporting if you're a reporter, or I rest my case if you're a lawyer. It just means that's the end. Like this is it. 이상입니다. The end. So if you watch the news, you'll hear a reporter talking, and the reporter might say something like this. 이상, and then 철수. I don't have room here, but yes, I'll put it over here, sorry. Okay. 이상, 철수였습니다. So the end, 이상, the end, that's all. This was 철수. 이상, 철수였습니다. I finished reporting. This is 철수. Thank you for listening. Like that kind of, an ending that a reporter would give with 이상 and ida. So 이상, 철수였습니다. Or you can just say 이상입니다. 이상입니다 is fine too. Just that's it. That's all I have to report. It's a polite expression. Also, if you are talking on the radio, isang, that is over and out. You don't need the ida at the end, just to save time. If you don't use the ida, you can just say isang. That means just over. You know how you say on a radio, isang. That's it. That's all you got to do. So it's really easy to use this in this form. If you ever wanted to use it like that, it's one more way you might see it. Okay. Before we go on to our main topic today, the main topic being the grammar form, isang. Do you have any quick questions before we go over the main form today? I'll leave this up for a minute though. Okay. 태양 killed the sun. Okay, June. Okay. 수업 끝났고 이상이에요. Tiffany. 이에요. Not 이예요. Okay. 환영합니다. Nice and new people. It's like good. Good means that's it. That's it. It's over. That's different. That's like saying the end, you're done. Good. Like you might yell at your kid. You might say, good, too late, you're done. That's the end. That's different than isang. Isang, that's saying this is all it is. So, and plus this is a little more polite. You would never tell someone, good, after you're done talking with them. That's like, okay, I'm done, talk to the hand. It would be kind of rude to say just good to your friend when you're done. Like you're done, or I'm done, like that's it. Okay. Is isang, iha used in math? Yes, that's also what you will use in math. More than and less than. Actually, I should say it like, it's not quite like that. Oh wait, I don't want to use the purple's reserved for the donors. Yeah, as far as isang and iha go, isang is greater than or equal to, and iha is less than or equal to, if that helps. It's also the way that they will just happen to say this too. So if you just wanted to say greater than, you can also use isang, but it just so happens to also mean equal to. So if you want to say more than, just use isang, but know that it can also be equal to. But yeah, they also use this in math. Next time I use my walkie-talkie, isang. Olivia, what does isang mean? Yeah, that's today's whole live lesson today is about isang. It's not really how you would say talk to the hand, but there are other ways you could say that. But yeah, that's just like an example of what it would kind of feel like if you just said good after saying something. Oh, hold on. My illustrator for my book just sent me a kakao message. Different sizes. She's asking what format to send the art. It's the artist that I have. She's great. I think she works for Netflix right now. The person who illustrated my books, Korean Made Simple 1, 2, and 3. And I'm still friends with her. So I asked her like a few weeks ago, like, hey, I'm doing a new book. Would you have time to do a cover? And she's like, yeah, sure. So I'm hiring her again. And I think she's going to be sending that to me today. So yeah, maybe next week I can release the book if everything goes well. Texting during class. All right. Let's go back to, so let's start with our grammar form then, isang. Now this is the bulk of today's lesson. We're going to be learning about what this is. Is this clear? Can you see this easily? Okay, yeah, it can be read easily. All right, So I'll give you the really quick explanation first, and then we'll do lots of examples. What this is not isang. If you ever see isang used together after a verb, so something like this or something like this, if you ever see isang used after a verb conjugated kind of like this, what it means is actually because. Literally, it means because. Now, the translation for this will almost never be because. You won't actually translate this as because. So I know you might be thinking, there's so many ways I can say because in Korean. There's like nika, there's ki, there's kil래, 기 때문에, there's 서, 느라고, right? There's so many forms. 대 can even use this because. Okay, there's so many forms for because. Well, here's one more. The literal meaning of this is because, but it's used to show that something that comes before this form. So let's do A, isang, B, to give you an example. This isang grammar form is used to show that something that comes after isang is something that's normal or expected or something natural because of A. So you can, let me say that again. Isang shows that because of A, of course, B. Or because of A, it's natural that, or it's expected that, B. That's what this form is used to show. Because, of course, because of A. Of course, B, because of A. So isang means, of course, B, because of A. That's how it's used. So it means because. The translation, though, will not be because. Almost rarely, if ever. There are much more natural ways to translate this. One of the most natural ways to translate this is actually as long as. And you'll see why. You'll see why as long as is a good translation. But it's not always. Sometimes as long as will sound really, really weird. But as long as tends to be a good translation in many cases. So as long as A, then B is one way to translate it. But the literal meaning doesn't have anything to do with as long as. Like it's not as long as you love me. It's not as long as like that. But that tends to be a natural way to translate it. So really it's just, of course B because of A. So it's natural that B, or it's expected that B because of A. So let's do an example. First, let me tell you how to make it. So if you have an action verb, you conjugate it to the present tense as an adjective. Present tense adjective. So if you have the verb 먹다, for example, you conjugate it to 먹는. You can also conjugate this to the past tense. 먹은. Past tense adjective. So now this is only the adjective form. So you could have 먹다 becoming 먹는, 먹는 이상, or you can have past tense 먹은, ate, 이상, 먹은 이상. Either of these is okay. For most of the examples today, you'll find that we're using, we're using both present and past tense for today. That's great. Never mind. I just checked my sentences and I realized I already thought of this. I already put both present and past tense. So you can use both. The meaning is different. The meaning will be is eating, like eats, or did eat, like ate. So the meaning will be slightly different, but you can use either past. You cannot use the future tense. You cannot use, let me write this down here. You cannot use the future tense. 먹을. Actually, 먹을 might be part of a swear, so don't use this anyway. But you cannot use the future tense for this form. So you can use present tense or you can use past tense adjective version, but you cannot use future tense. For the descriptive verbs, descriptive verbs can also use And for descriptive verbs, to keep it simple, they'll just use present tense. Present tense will be adding the un, I wrote that weird order, un or a nian on the end. There are a few other rules for that, but the regular descriptive verb, a regular descriptive verb conjugated into an adjective. So if you were to say like cold, cold weather, well, 추운 날씨, like that. Or a nice person, 친절한 사람. Or a busy person. A busy person would be 바쁜 사람, like that. So regular adjective conjugation. You just do regular present tense adjective conjugation for descriptive verbs, and you're done. So if you were to say 바쁘다, to be busy, you would get 바쁜 isang. And that's it. That's all you have to do. So action verb, you can take the present tense or the past tense. For an action verb, you can take present tense or past tense. For descriptive verb, just take the regular present tense verb conjugation. We're not going to be working with any other tenses for here. Yeah. So I think we're good. Yeah. Let's just stick with present tense for today. So yeah. Let's do some examples. So the basic way to conjugate it again, you just take a verb and you change it into an adjective in the present tense or the past tense, and you're done. And then attach isang. So our first sentence is going to be using it with a negative verb. Now, when you use this with a negative verb, the meaning that you get can be either as long as, or, my favorite, unless. Unless. Unless you do that, unless you go, unless you like it, unless you don't want to fail your class, this sort of unless form. Now, these are just the translations that will be natural in English. The literal meaning is still, because of this something negative verb, because of something not doing something, of course, what comes after it. So that's still the literal meaning that we're working with. But the English translation will be either as long as long as or unless. Also, I want to say you can use this with nouns, and I'll show you an example in a second. But right now we're just going to be doing it with verbs. So here's the first sentence example. I think I've said here's an example, and then I gave you like 2 more explanations. Okay, here's our actual first example. 날아가다 means to fly somewhere. 날다, to fly, plus 가다, to go. So like to fly somewhere. 날아갈 수. We're going to be using this with negative. So first we're going to do 없다. So 없는. 없다 becoming 없는 now as an adjective. 이상. So because you cannot fly there, something else is expected. Something else is natural. That's the normal way. That's the, of course. Of course something, because you cannot fly there. So what's going to come? 제 시간에. 제 시간에 means in time. It's not 제 like my. It's not 저에. It's a different one. 제 시간에. 시간, time, 에. This is just a phrase that means in time, like to get somewhere in time, to arrive in time. Or sorry, I should say to arrive on time. 제 시간에. 도착하다. So 도착하다 means to arrive. So 제 시간에 도착하다 means to arrive on time. 도착할 수 없을 future tense. 것 같아요. 같아다. 같아요. Okay. 제 시간에 도착할 수 없을 것 같아요. I do not think you can 할 수 없을 것 같아요. I do not think that you can 도착하다 arrive 제 시간에 in time because 이상 날아갈 수 없는 이상. Because you cannot fly there, of course, it's expected that you will not arrive on time. 날아갈 수 없는 이상 제 시간에 도착할 수 없을 것 같아요. Literally, because you cannot fly, of course, it's expected that you cannot arrive on time, I think. However, I said a good translation is as long as or unless. So let's take a look at those. As long as. First. if you say, oh, you cannot, I do not think you can arrive there on time because you cannot fly. It sounds very stiff. No, this form doesn't sound stiff like that in Korean. It sounds very natural. As long as you can't fly, I don't think you're going to arrive in time. A little bit better. Unless is really our best translation for a lot of these negative verb sentences. Unless you can fly. So here it's, in English we say unless you can. But in Korean, you would be unless you can't, right? Notice how it's 날아갈 수 없다. You cannot fly. So a good translation of this, though, would be unless you can fly, you're not going to make it, you're not going to arrive in time. So I don't think you're going to arrive in time unless you can fly. As long as you cannot fly, I do not think you will arrive on time. Because you cannot fly, I do not think that you will arrive on time. That's the meaning that you get of this form. Are we good with that? You got it? You probably are a master of this isang form right now. I mean, really, this is all there is to it. I'm not trying to trick you. I'm not trying to oversimplify it. This is it. But you can do a lot with this form besides just this one sentence. So let's do our next example. But let me know in the chat really quick. Is this okay? Are you following along with this? Can I just keep going? Give me like a yes or a no. I want to do another example. Okay. I think most people are dying. Why are people dying? Math, I'm dying. Yeah, the thing that I should clarify again is it has to be something that's natural or expected. You're not just going to say like because I ate pizza, I have to go to the bathroom. It's like, it's not something that's natural. It's not something that's expected. It's not like an of course thing. So you wouldn't really use it. If you used it, they would understand what you're trying to say because it still means because, but it would just sound a bit awkward. You only want to use it for something that's like, oh, because of this, of course, it's expected that this would happen. That's the feeling that this isang form gives to your sentence anyway. So you want to use it for some sort of like, well, unless you can do that, haha, of course, you're not going to make it to your meeting on time unless you can fly. It has that kind of meaning to it. So make sure to just use it for things that are like expected, like, oh, it's only natural that. That's just something to keep in mind when you're making your own sentences. So let's do another one. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Okay. Let's do our friend 철수. 철수가 아닌. So 아닌 이상. Let's talk about this first. So here we have 아닌. 아닌 from the verb 아니다, to not be. If you want to use this isang form with a verb, if you want to use this isang form with a noun, here 철수 is just a noun, you can use 아니다 as your verb. So here we have 아니다, or if it wasn't a negative sentence, you could use 이다, to be. So here we're going to be using it with 아니다, to not be. So to not be 철수 because you are not 철수, literally, it's expected that something. Or unless you're 철수, or as long as you are 철수. So as long as you're 철수, or as long as you are not 철수, depending on what comes after here in our sentence. So let's finish the sentence. 철수가 아닌 이상 빌리, it's me, 빌리의, so Billy's, let's do this. 예문. 예문 means example sentence. 예문, example sentence. These are all of these sentences that I give you in these live streams. They're all called 예문. 예문에서, so in Billy's example sentences, and 에서, so something's going to happen. What's going to happen? Well, 사용, to be used. 사용되지 못해요. 못해요. You cannot be used. I wrote that here really weird there. Okay, it still looks bad, but a little better. Okay, 철수가 아닌 이상. Because you are not 철수, of course, 빌리의 예문에서, in Billy's example sentences, 사용되지 못해요. You cannot be used. 사용되다, to be used. So you cannot be used in Billy's example sentences unless you are charsu. Or you cannot be used in Billy's example sentences because you are charsu. So of course you can't be used in Billy's example sentences. Or as long as you are not charsu, you cannot be used in Billy's example sentences. Yeah, I'm not going to put regular people in my example sentences as long as they're like bad example sentences. I always use charsu. Maybe I should have changed it. You can't be used in Billy's good example sentences if you're not. No, that would be right. Because if you're charsu, then you can't be used in Billy's bad example sentences. That's what I should say. Bad example sentences. Okay. char수가 아닌 이상 빌리의 예문에서 사용되지 못해요. You cannot be used in Billy's example sentences unless you are charsu. Or because you are not charsu, of course, you cannot be used in Billy's example sentences. Okay. Let's do another one. As long as you're not too busy, I want you guys to make this. As long as you're not too busy, hang out with a friend. So, your mom comes in your room and it's like, well, you should do something today. As long as you're not too busy, hang out with a friend. So for this, I'll just tell you the hangout part. You want to use 놀다. 놀다 means to play, but it's also what you say to hang out. We're going to use this as with the 주다 form. So like your mom's asking you a favor. So like 놀다 plus 주다. I won't conjugate that for you, but I'll let you know you probably want to use this. Hang out with a friend, they say, 이랑 or 랑, depending on the vowel that it comes with. And busy is 바쁘다, of course. But I just want you guys to use this. So as long as you're not too busy, hang out with your friend. Hang out with a friend. How would you say this? Give it your best shot. Dab on Christmas. Throw away. You wrote 친구랑 놀자. That's let's play with your friend, but you're not suggesting to the friend, like let's play. So you're telling your friend. You're telling someone to play with a friend. You're not saying let's play with the friend together. Rain, not bad. Nice. 자, 아는 이상 친구랑 놀아. Okay. 너 바쁜 이상. Oh, Binky, you have 바쁜. Remember, it's not busy. 친구랑 놀아. Okay. 너 바쁘지 않은 이상. Nice. 친구 만나줘 아들아. 친구 만나줘 아들아. Hey, come on, kid. Meet your friend, please. Violetta, nice. 새가 날개 없는 이상 날 수 없어요. Okay? Because the bird doesn't have, because the birds and planes don't have wings, they cannot fly. But I mean, okay, if they don't have wings, then sure. 친구랑 놀아요. 바쁜. Tiffany, stay. Please try to rewrite. 너 바쁘지 않은 이상 친구와 놀아줘요. Okay? Sam Cashy, nice. 너무 안 바쁘는. Nope. Livia, remember this is a descriptive verb. It's not an action verb. 바쁘지 않은 이상 친구랑 놀아봐요. Okay? Try hanging out with your friend. 많이 바쁘지 않은 이상 친구랑 놀아줘. Nice, Letitia. 바쁘지 않은 이상 친구랑 놀아주지 않나요? You wouldn't want to use 안 놀아주다, like won't you not play with your friend, kind of. And then you say yes, and your mom's like, I got you. No? I got you. I actually don't know. You don't want to do the double negatives like that. 친구 필요 없어요. Kate June. But yeah, go ahead and Chris June, you can give it another try. 너 바쁘지 않은 이상 친구랑 놀아. Okay, nice. 빌리는 한국이나. 바쁘지 않은 이상 친구랑 놀아봐. Okay. 친구랑. You just have a typo there. Yeah. Okay. let me give you one of the sentences that I have. So yeah, you guys did a really good job. I'm going to give you the original sentence that I wrote. So if you're not too busy, well, too, how do you say too? Like too busy. 너무. Some of you had written 많이, which is okay, like if you're not very busy, if you're not really busy, but you know, too busy. We're going to use 너무 바쁘다. So 너무 바쁘지. Now we need to conjugate this descriptive verb to an adjective. So 안타 normally, but now it needs to be an adjective. So 안은 이상, literally because you are not too busy. Then as expected, of course, because you're not too busy, please play with a friend. 친구랑 놀아줘. 놀아줘. I'll write here. 줘. Normally there's a space here. 너무 바쁘지 않은 이상 친구랑 놀아줘. 너무 바쁘지 않은 이상 친구랑 놀아줘. Because you are not too busy, please play with your friend. Or, unless you're too busy, please play with your friend. Or, as long as you're not too busy, please play with your friend. Either translation is fine. So they're all slightly a little bit different in English, but you can just pick whichever one sounds the most natural to you. It's the same meaning in Korean. It's just because. So let's go on to the next example. Okay, this one I want you guys to finish the sentence. So I'm going to start the sentence. I want you guys to finish it. 바보. 바보 means a dumb person, an unintelligent person. So 바보가 아닌 이상. So unless you're dumb, as long as you're not dumb, because you're not dumb, what comes after here? What would you finish? How would you finish this sentence? Like, unless you're dumb, you know, how would you say this? Sorry, what would you say? How would you finish this sentence? 바보가 아닌 바보? What's 바보? 바보가 아닌 이상? I guess I'm 바보. 바보가 아닌 이상? Then what? How would you finish this sentence? Give me your best sentence with 바보가 아닌 이상. We are just right on time. Nice. It's great. 바보. Christmas ham? Yeah, no one does Christmas turkey. Someone talking about Christmas turkey or something? It's always Christmas ham. It's Christmas ham, I'm sorry. Like, if you're vegan, then no, you don't have to do Christmas ham, of course. But I'm like, regularly for Christmas, Thanksgiving it's turkey, although in Canada they do ham, I heard. But Christmas is Christmas ham. Unless you live in like the 1800s, then it's a Christmas duck. The duck's okay too. But yeah, Christmas ham is typical. 바보가 아닌 이상 철수 만나지 마. Right away, 철수 comes out. 바보가 아닌 이상 수학 문제를 풀어봐요. Okay, nice, nice, Binky. Try to solve the math problem. Okay. 바보가 아닌 이상 할 수 있죠. Yes, nice, Mr. Funchus. I don't know how to even say your name. Unless you're dumb, you can do it. Nice. Okay. 바보가 아닌 이상 철수를 만나지 마. Yeah, don't meet 철수 unless you're dumb. Okay. 바보가 아닌 이상 시험 잘 할 수 있어요. No adjectives. 잘 하다. You just wrote 잘 수 있어요. You just wrote I can sleep. 잘 수 있어요. I can sleep. Oh, Alex Full Metal. Nice. Alex Full Metal. Alex Full Metal. Nice. Let me give you a dab. Alex Full Metal. Thank you. 바보가 아닌 이상 영원히 부모님 사랑할. Okay, unless you're dumb, your parents love you forever. Your parents will love you. You might want to use 부모님이 영원히 사랑하실 거예요, Stephanie. But I understood your sentence regardless. But I would move 영원히. You want to put it before the verb, directly before the verb. Since it's an adverb, and adverbs always go directly before the verb. Unless there's a need to emphasize it, then you can move it. 바보가 아닌 이상 이런 거짓말을 믿지 마. Unless you're dumb, don't believe this kind of lie. Don't believe this lie, okay? 이상 플레이도를 You know, you can eat Play-Doh. It's non-toxic, but it tastes, I've heard it tastes disgusting. I don't think I've ever tried it. Oh, let me see. My illustrator is, oh, it's just said, okay, cool. Yeah, she's going to send it to me tonight. Okay, I think she's done with it. Cool, cool, cool. Because I still got to do editing. I did one round of editing, but I got to do I'm going to print it, send it to my house. Then I'm going to do another big round of editing, and then I'll start printing it for sale. Isang 이래요. Jordy crew, nice. Yeah. I don't have any experience with that. I assume I've heard that it tastes extremely salty and gross. Just like if you try to put the Nintendo Switch cartridges in your mouth, I heard they also taste really bitter and gross. But I don't know because I haven't tried it. I don't even have a Switch actually. Eats Play-Doh. Shh, come on. Don't out me like that, bro. Okay. 바보가 아닌 이상. The sentence that I wrote here was 이 숙제, so this homework, 숙제 meaning homework. 이 숙제를 할 수 있어요. So you can do this homework literally because you are not a 바보. Because you're not a 바보, of course, 이 숙제를 할 수 있어요. You can do this homework. Or unless you're dumb, you can do this homework. Or as long as you're not a 바보, you can do this homework. So all of those three translations work. So don't just think of this as only meaning as long as, or else, you might have some awkward sentences if you only think of that. But yeah, as long as you remember it literally means because, then you at least won't mess up grammatically making a sentence. Okay. 바보가 아닌 이상 이 숙제를 할 수 있어요. As long as you are not a 바보, you can do this homework. As long as you're not a 바보. I like the word 바보 in Korean, but it just doesn't translate so nice to English. Like every translation of it is just kind of mean, like, idiot, dumb, stupid. They're all kind of like mean translations for it. Whereas 바보 is just it's just 바보. You're just dumb. It doesn't necessarily mean, it's not a harsh word by nature unless you use it that way. Then 바보 is dumb. But otherwise it's just, you can say it to your friends, you can say it when you're angry, you can say it when you're happy. All right. Now let's go on to our next concept, which uses this. So now let's do positive verb adjectives plus isang. So before we had like 할 수 없는 이상 or 아닌 이상, with a noun. It is not 이상. Or doesn't do something like 안 하는 이상, 하지 않는 이상, like that. 없는 이상. Now we're going to use it with positive verbs because you can also use it with positive verbs. When you use it with a positive verb, for example, instead of 하지 않는 이상, now we're just having 하는 이상, 먹는 이상, eating something. It has the meaning of either as long as or since. Since can, as in because. You probably won't translate this as because, but since can sometimes be a natural translation. Since can sometimes be a natural translation for this form. Or sometimes I've seen now that. Like now that something, which is similar to since. Like now that I have money, I can buy cheese. Since I have money, I can buy cheese. Kind of like in that sense. Now that. So now that. But you can choose however you want to translate it. And so as long as still can work, but sometimes since or now that might sound more natural, especially since. I think this one's really good. So let's do an example sentence with a positive verb changed into an adjective. Okay. 여기까지. 여기까지 means up to here or all the way here. All the way here, or this far. This far, as in this far here. Like we've come this far already. We've come this far. 여기까지, up to here. 여기까지 온 이상. Now we have 온, from 오다, to come. Past tense. So this is not 오는 이상. This is not because we are coming this far, but because we came this far already, so we've gotten this far. is the meaning that you get. Since we've gotten this far, as long as we've gotten this far, now that we've gotten this far, you can see whichever one fits the best. You can translate it however you like. So now that we've gotten this far, or since we've gotten this far, 중간 means the middle. 중간에, in the middle. 중간, middle. 포기하다 means to give up. 포기할 수 없어요. So 포기하다, to give up. 포기할 수 없어요. We cannot give up. 중간에, in the middle. So just midway. We can't give up midway. We've come this far. Since we've come this far, we can't give up in the middle. We can't give up midway now. We can't give up now. We've come so far. We've come this far already. So now that we've come this far, we can't give up midway. Or because we came this far, of course, it's expected that it's only natural that we can't give up in the middle. 여기까지 온 이상 중간에 포기할 수 없어요. Because we've come this far, it's only natural that, of course, it's expected that we can't give up midway. Now that we've come this far, we can't give up midway. Or, since we've come this far, we can't give up midway. So either of those translations are okay, as long as we come this far, either, whichever one you'd like. So basically, yeah, we can't give up now. We've come so far already. Let's do another example. Remember, this is, again, we are using this with positive verbs, not negative anymore. The next one is 305. Oh, we're doing really good on time. Okay. 이미 시작한 이상. So, 이미 is already, like it's already happened. 이미 시작하다, to start. 시작하다 means to start. So, 시작한 is past tense. Since we already started, 이상, because we already started, what would you put in this sentence? How would you finish this sentence here? 이미 시작한 이상, since we already started, or as long as we've already started, or now that we've already started, or since we've already started, as long as we've already started, any way you want to translate it, there's lots of ways. So 이미 시작한 이상, what would you put after this? I have a sentence. It's not going to be what you guys will get. It's a little bit longer. But I want to see what you guys write. Now I understand. 영국 남자 sign off. Does he say 이상 at the end? Mr. Fuchus, you wrote 끝나다. 끝나다 means it cannot fit. If you say 끝날 수 없어요, it means it cannot finish. I think you want to say 끝내다 to like we cannot finish it. But I guess it depends what you want to say. I guess 끝날 수 없어요 could be correct too, yeah. Because it cannot finish. Like now that it started, it's not going to finish. So like you've started some special portal to hell, and now it cannot end. Then yeah, it's okay. I take it back. Your sentence is okay too. Okay, 시작한 이상 계속합시다. Okay, let's keep doing it. How do you say it so fast? Neon roses. If you're intermediate level, then you could probably come up with a sentence fairly quickly. It might be simple, but you could probably come up with something simple for this. Bang, tang, what's bomb? What's that? You can't go to the toilet. Okay. 끝내자요. What? 이미 시작한 이상 끝까지 해야 돼요. Okay? Noah Deep's nice. Gotta do it to the end. Now that we've already started, we gotta do it to the end. 계속해야 해요. Okay? We gotta keep going. Gotta keep doing it. 케이크를 다 먹어도 될 것 같아. I think you can eat all the cake. Okay? Just got done. No, I've been playing too much Doom. Actually, I haven't. I don't have any time to play games. I'm imagining that I'm playing games, but I can't. I really want to play the Age of Empires, the definitive edition they released, but then I realized I just don't have any time to even play it, so I didn't buy it. I just imagined that I got it and that I'm imagining that I'm playing it. Bang tang. What about bang tang are you talking about? Bang tang? Okay. It's the Bang Tang Bros. I'm familiar with the Bang Tang. Okay. Yeah, Tang's great. Tang is like, they always said that they brought it on the astronauts' missions, but that's a lie. They never did. I think they one time brought it, like a pack of it, onto like a one of those regular, like the International Space Station. I think once got it or something, but yeah, it definitely was not consumed by astronauts because they would have had to. Anyway, yeah, it wasn't. It tastes pretty good though. I said bang tang instead of bang tane. Is that what you're talking about? Instead of bang tane, I said bang tang. The Bang Tang Bros. You Pablo. Okay. I'm just joking. I'm just doing that to tease Ahimon because I know she's a huge BTS fan. Bangtan. Okay. If you're happy. Okay. 이미 시작한 이상. You guys have a lot of great sentences. I'm just gonna give one more great sentence. Good. Good. The end. So until the end. So good. 끝나다. So to finish. So 끝나다 is actually good. The ending comes up is literally what it means. But anyway, 끝나다 to finish. 끝날 때. So when it finishes, 까지 until it finishes. 끝날 때까지 until it finishes. 쉬다 means to rest. 쉬다 means to rest. So 쉬지 못해요. So we cannot rest, or I cannot rest. 쉬지 못해요. Until 끝날 때까지. Until it finishes. 이미 시작한 이상. Since it has already started. Because it has already started, of course. Or as long as it has already started. Or now that it has already started. 끝날 때까지 쉬지 못해요. I cannot rest until it's finished. 이미 시작한 이상. 끝날 때까지 쉬지 못해요. Since it's already started, I can't stop until it's over. Or it's already started, so I can't stop until it's over. Sorry, can't stop. I can't rest until it's over. Okay. 이미 시작한 이상 끝날 때까지 쉬지 못해요. Because it's already started, since it's already started, I can't rest, 쉬다, until it's finished, until it's over. All right. Let's do our next sentence. 2 more sentences, and then there's actually a lot more if you guys want. I have a lot more sentences that I wrote. I just don't have time for. Okay. Oops, I don't want to erase Alex's name. There we go. Alex Full Metal has survived. All right. Here's the best sentence ever today. 빌리의 책, so Billy's book, 을 산 이상. So, since, because, 산. 산 is from 사다, to buy. So, 산 is past tense adjective. So, since you bought, 산, 빌리의 책, Billy's book. So, since you bought Billy's book now that you bought Billy's book, as long as you've bought Billy's book, it could be, I don't think in this sentence as long as will work very well, but since or now that both sound pretty nice. 빌리의 책을 산 이상, since you bought Billy's book, 매일, every day, 매일, every day, 한국어, Korean, 한국어를 공부해야 돼요. So you have to study 공부해야 돼요, Korean, every day, 매일. Since 이상, 빌리의 책을 산 이상, since you bought Billy's book. 빌리의 책을 산 이상, 매일 한국어를 공부해야 돼요. So, since you bought Billy's book, or now that you've bought Billy's book, or as long as you bought Billy's book, or just because you bought Billy's book, of course, it's expected that 매일 한국어를 공부해야 돼요. You have to study Korean every day now that you've bought Billy's book. That's the meaning of this sentence. 이상. Oh wait, no, we got one more. And then, of course, I will take questions. Okay. 내가, so I, 이 팀, this team. Team is team in Korean. team. 내가 이 팀에 있는, so 있다, to be on this team. Since I am on this team, or now that I am on this team. 내가 이 팀에 있는 이상, to exist. So I exist on this team. 이 팀에 내가 이상, since I do it, or because of, or now that, or as long as I am on this team, however you want to interpret it. 우리는, so we, 꼭, or make sure to. 꼭 is an adverb that means make sure to. Certainly, but make sure to is or like really will. It's kind of like, a certainly type of word. Surely, certainly. 1등. 1등 means first place. So first place. 등 is the counter for a place, like in a contest. 1등 means first place. 1등을 해야만 해. 해야만, I did a previous lesson where I talked about 야만, so I'm not going to do it today. But a quick explanation is just, it emphasizes the have to from the 해야 되다 form. So 해야 하다, have to do it. 해야만 하다, have to. We have to. It's just more emphasis. 내가 이 팀에 있는 이상 우리는 꼭 1등을 해야만 해. Since I am on 있는 this team, because I am on this team, of course it's natural, it's expected that, or as long as I am on the team, or now that I am on this team, 우리는 꼭 1등을 해야만 해. We have to do first place. We have to get first place. So as long as I'm on this team, we have to get first. That's the meaning you get. 내가 이 팀에 있는 이상 우리는 꼭 1등을 해야만 해. Since I'm on this team, as long as I'm on this team, we have to get first. It's like that. All right. 이상입니다. 이상, 고빌리였습니다. Well, yeah, you feel free to ask questions now. That was the last sentence for today's lesson. But, of course, if you download the worksheet, you can find, I said 8. There's actually 10. You can find 10 more example sentences. Some of them are even a little bit longer than what we did today. Yeah, a couple of these are. But yeah, it should be some fun practice. You can try it out. And if you have questions on that, feel free to ask that as well. D, maltu. Am I saying it right? D, maltu. Let me give some space here. People might ask questions too. People might ask questions. D Maltu, thanks for the donation. Dang, $10 donation. Oh, and Ocean Discovery, same time. Oh, okay, and you got a question. I'll answer that as well. Ocean Discovery. Nice. Okay, let me first give D a dab for that big donation, D. Here's your D dab. It's supposed to be a... Wait. It's supposed to be a D. I can't do it. D. Thank you, D, for a very generous $9.99 donation. Awesome. As well as Ocean Discovery. I'm going to give you an ocean dab. Thank you, Ocean Discovery, for the $5 donation. What is the difference between 예를 들어서 versus 예를 들면 in conversation? Both mean, for example, the literal meaning is 예를 들어서 is I'm going to tell you an example, and here's the example right now. And this there is optional. You might just hear 예 들어서, but usually it's 예를 들어 or 예를 들어서. So you might also hear 예를 들어, blah, 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 like that. 예를 들면 is like if I were to give you an example, but they have the same meaning in English. For example, 예를 들다 means to offer up an example, to give an example. So 예를 들면, so if I were to give you an example, it's just more of like, well, let me think about it. Okay, if I were to give you an example, 예를 들면, well, this is the example, like that. 예를 들어서, here's the example directly. The reason is it has this 어서 form, which shows something happens immediately after something. So it's like, well, here's your example, and this is the example, blah, 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 like that. Whereas 예를 들면 is like, if I had to give you an example, that's kind of the thing. There are other forms of this as well, you might see, but in English, they all just mean for example. So yeah, it just has a slightly different feeling to it. Like 예를 들면, well, if I have to give you an example, or 예를 들어서, well, for example, blah, 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 like that. Oh, I got another donation. Who's that? I saw it flash. Muku. Muku. How are you? Question. How are you doing? All good? I'm very busy, to be honest. I'm very busy because I'm finishing up my book right now. I have 1 week to finish it up and get it out to be printed as fast as possible because I want it to be available for those people who are still buying Christmas presents. So yeah, I'm very busy. But also, I just finished planning all my videos until the end of July. I haven't filmed, but I planned them out until the end of, no, not July, to the end of June. So I have to do that because I take a 3-month trip to Korea in April. So while I'm in Korea, I won't be able to film, I won't be able to edit and upload very many new videos. So I need to have them ready before I even leave. So I'm just planning those out, and that means I'm writing them. So I'm already planning my videos. I have some really fun videos that are coming up. One I'm really excited about will be another dialect episode that I just started working on yesterday. And yeah, that'll probably be uploaded maybe in April or May or something. Yeah, just very busy because of that. Other than, oh, and Christmas, you know, all the Christmas stuff that comes with this time of year as well. Yes. Muku, I'll be in Korea in April as well. Oh, nice. Maybe I should do another fan meetup. Small, how much will your book be? I don't want to say for exact yet, but I think it's going to be the same as the workbook price, which was $20 in print, so cheaper than my regular textbooks. My textbooks, I think, were like $25, $26. The workbook, I think, is like $20 in print, $15 in like at Amazon and those other places in ebook form, and on my website, I think $10 for the new book in like PDF form. So it's, yeah, it should be the same prices as my workbook, as long as everything goes according to plan. Does the bot still not work? I guess the bot's down. Okay. Should be okay. It should be okay. I can try it. Let me log out and log back in again. Okay, it's now joining the channel. All right. Oh, Chris O. Oh, Chris O. Oh. Oh, Chris O. Chris O. Oh. The $10 donation. 많이 배웠어요. 감사합니다. Thank you, Chris O. Oh, and Nanya Business. Nanya with the $2 donation as well. Thank you. Let me give you a dab as well. 돈 많이 없어서 많이 줄 수 없어요. Oh, nice sentence though. 가르쳐 감사합니다. 그럼 다음에 또 봐. Nice. None your business. Perfect sentences. Perfect sentence. Chris O, let me give you a donation. The O dab. O. Thank you, Chris O. As well as the none your business dab. Thank you both for your donations. Feel free to keep asking questions today. I'll do questions until 3:30, so just 8 more minutes or so, and then we'll stop the stream for today. Yeah, all the donations at the end. How to stay motivated. I have a video about that, Diana K, on my channel. But basically, the gist of it is focus on why you're learning Korean. Like, remember why you're learning Korean, because motivation won't really get you to learn the language. Everyone's motivation will die out, and you need to have other reasons why you're learning. You need to remember the reasons why you're learning, because then you're no longer just motivated to learn Korean, but you feel like you're disciplined to learn Korean. You feel like you need to do it. So that'll change, and you'll kind of be like, okay, well, I just have to learn it because I really want this goal. But that's what I would say. And I have a video with some other tips about that. What is this form? Para. Maya asked, what is this form? Para. That's a command form. I have a video about that, Maya, in my Go Billy Korean live stream about commands, giving commands. I think the abridged version also covers that. So check that out. Why is life pain? Asks Ahimang. I don't know. I do not know. Just, I think you just gotta do the things that you want to do, to be happy. If there's something you want to do it. I mean, it's not going to be like illegal or hurt other people, but yeah, if there's something you want to do in life, do it. That's how you be happy. That's how you be happy. That's how you can be happy. That's what I want to say. Would this be a correct way to use the two differently? After small. I just read small's comment. Honestly, after 3 years, I'm glad I haven't lost motivation. Wow, that's awesome. I definitely lost motivation after a few weeks of studying Korean when I was new. And then Jordy Kroon, would this be a correct way to use the two different isang meanings in one sense? 책을 산 이상 돈 더 이상. Jordy Kroon, 돈이 더 이상. Like I don't have any more money. But I think that's what you meant to say is 더 이상. But then yes, if so, then yes. Do I have a video about sentences ending in 서? Yes, I do. I have a live stream about 서 that covers how to use the 서 form. Oh. 디셰저 와커. 디셰저 와커. I'm just going to write walker, okay? Now, all right, 디셰저 와커 with the dollar donation. Nice, thank you. I'll give you a 디셰저 와커 dab. That's the 디셰저 walker dab. I want to go to Korea within 5 years. Nice. Thanks for motivating. But I told you, if you're not hurting you're not hurting people. You're not, as long as you're not hurting people, okay, not doing something like really illegal, okay, none of your business. No, don't do that, please. They will totally know that it was me. They won't even investigate anyone else. Violetta, what's the difference between 하다 and 해놓다? The nota form attaches to conjugated verbs and means to do something in preparation for later. I have a Learn Korean episode about that, where, the episodes where Kikat the bear appears. Check that out for example sentences. But yeah, it just means to do something for later, to do something for the future, like to do something in preparation. So like 해놓다, like I'm doing this now for something else in the future. And it's commonly used, like whenever you're saying you're doing something, preparing for something else. Okay. Tiffany Stay, Kuman, I did a live stream about that as well. In the verb endings, check the Google Doc. You can search for Kuman. And if you don't find it, let me know, but it should be in there. Everyone here wants to go to Korea. Yeah, I think a lot of people. Introvert. I have a video, and Ahimam, you're right, the bot's totally broken. I don't know why. Anyway, I do have a video about what to do next after learning Hangul. You can check it on my channel. I uploaded it a few weeks ago. "14-hour flight." Why is a bear named Cat? Well, it's not C-A-T, it's K-A-T. Because she's kind of like my pet, I guess. I don't know. It's just Keycat. Ask Keycat. She knows. Keycat. Keycat, why are you named Keycat? Keycat, let's just ask her herself, okay? Keycat, can you tell the viewers out there why your name is Keycat? Okay. I was thinking it was because... No. Interesting. Okay, cool, thanks. Got it? It makes sense to me. All right, let's see what else. Take a sleeping pill, you'll be in Korea in no time. Doesn't work. Still feels like forever. For me, yeah, it's like a 13-hour flight going over there. I do not enjoy the flight to Korea. I never enjoyed the flight to Korea or the trip. It's not just a flight. You got to drive to the airport first. You got to get to the airport early. In addition, you got to wake up really early, driving all the way down there. Then you're waiting at the airport for a few hours before you get in your flight. So you got to get there early, or else you don't even get to sit down at the gate. And then when you arrive, you have to wait to get your bags. You have to wait then to go through customs. You have to wait then to get into the country. And then when you're in, you got to wait for a bus. You take a bus to a transfer station. From a transfer station, you got to take a taxi. In our case, we have to take 2 taxis because there's a kid. So you have to go twice. And then from there, I got to lift my bags up like 3 flights of stairs and do that bunch. It's a big process. I don't like the trip, but I like being there. Once I'm there, it's great. Okay. I was born a bear but wants to be a cat. Sorry, I don't speak teddy bear. Kika she speaks normal. She doesn't speak teddy bear. She speaks normally. You guys can't you hear her? Okay. I asked my mom, 누구 왔어요? She corrected it, says, 누구 왔어요? That's different meaning. 누구 왔어요 means to list off who came. 누구 왔어요 is different than 누가 왔어요. If you want to say like who came to the party, you'd say 누가 왔어요. I actually did a lesson about this in my book that I made together with Talk to Me in Korean, 100 Common Korean Mistakes. And 누구 and 누가 are often mixed up. But if you say 누구 왔어요, that means did someone come? 누구 왔어요? Like did anyone come to the party? Did anyone come? Did someone come? But if you're just asking who came specifically, you could say 누가 왔어요, like who came. Or if you want a list of all those people, like 누구, like who and who are all the people that came. 누구 왔어요, like who came, like tell me all their names. So it's a slightly different meaning though. It's not that you were wrong though, it's that your sentence had a different meaning. What's my Korean name? Asks Neon Roses. Your Korean name is Charsu. All right. 호빵. You got called 호빵. Dance? Okay. All right, everyone. I won't keep wasting your time anymore. Thank you for coming to the live stream. Again, let me say thanks to my wonderful donations today, to the people who are helping to keep the stream alive. I really do spend all of your donations and more. I can prove it very easily. All of this goes directly toward the channel, so I just want to say thank you to that. For Puya S, Carrie Rich, GT Nez, the new member, Alex Full Metal, D Malto, or Maltu, I guess Maltu, Ocean Discovery, Muku, Chris O, Nunya, and Dishaj Huakha, the complicated name Walker. Thank you, though, to all of you for your donations and for helping to keep this channel alive, as well as to my wonderful members and Patreon supporters as well who are here. And I'll see you guys again next week. Oh, yeah, and again, if you missed the beginning, just a reminder that the worksheets, all of these are on Patreon. The outline, all of the outlines are also on Patreon, and you can find today's outline up there within the hour. And join our Discord, which the link is not working, but join our Discord channel. You can find it. You can tweet me if you can't find the link. And then also remember, next week I will be releasing a brand new book, which is a Korean reading book. So if you want to get a summary of what that book is, I did that at the very beginning of the stream. You can rewatch the stream once after it's completed. And yeah, it's just a reading example book that has 21 different types of reading examples with full explanations, definitions, and little notes and details. So you can follow along with native level reading without having to be an advanced learner. That's kind of the idea. Is as long as you're intermediate, you can follow along native level content. So yeah, again, thank you everyone for coming, and I will see you guys again next time. 그럼 다음에 또 봐. Wow, this is beautiful weather though. We just move this out of the way so I can just kind of enjoy this this ocean.